No worries, buddy. No worries. How you going, Chris? Anyway, buddy, hopefully you're doing well if you're there. Hello. How are we all doing? I'm not doing too good, actually, folks. I've had a really bad day. I've been trying to keep my spirits up. I've been here in the studio today working on some new skins. I did some new gameplay for American Truck Simulator, so I got the uploaded videos ready to go for the weekend. We've got 3 videos lined up so far for the weekend wave for American Truck Simulator. So we've got some decent stuff coming up. Got some beautiful new skins, I'll tell you that much. One's with a T909 and one's with the Max Superliner, the KSW. And then we've got one with the Freightliner, Frank Ruder. So yeah, John Ruder. Sorry, not Frank Ruder. That's Frank Peru. That one. That's the T900. All right. So we are ready to go. I think that needs another one. Hey Dave, you want to go and grab another one of those? Yeah, no worries. Yeah. Just give me a second, folks. I'm just having some Hydrolite, and I've only put one in there, and it doesn't taste as good as it was before, so I need to go and grab another one. I'll be back in a second. Okay, my friends. All right. So I'm just popping in another Hydrolite. I'm trying to boost myself up with the Hydrolite. Yes, I did say to you guys, if this stream was still on the YouTube channel hour before we went live, it would be definitely live tonight. I did advise you guys last night on the American Truck Simulator live stream about that. So yeah, I am sick as a puppy. I am sick as a puppy, folks. Yeah, come down with a sore throat on the Sunday night that I went live. On Monday night when I went live, just after it, I felt really bad. Yeah, I'm probably not surprised, to be honest, because yeah, on the weekend it was pouring down, raining here in Sydney, and I was busting for the toilet, and one of my lovely girlfriends that she's just a friend, obviously the one that I was trying to get with, but we've worked that one out. That's all good. She was on the toilet, so I couldn't go to the toilet, so I had to run out the back, and my feet got soaked in that. So I'm not surprised I got sick. And as you can probably hear, I'm losing my voice. So, yeah, I'm trying my best tonight. I'll just wait for this drink to go through. All right, let's fire her up, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 224th edition of Midweek World of Trains. Here we go. G'day to you all. Welcome aboard to the stream here tonight. Yeah, we are live. Just give me a second. I just gotta click on the thing here. Just make sure that's okay. Yeah, we're right. All right. How are we all doing? Hopefully everybody's better than what I am. My name is the Aussie Don. I am the 2023 Train Sim World contest winner for week 16. I won Deutsche Bahn week on the contest. Jamie, Dovetail Games, Jamie, he looks after the contest side of things. As well, obviously, he's one of the community managers of Dovetail Games, along with Harry. And yeah, Jamie has the task of picking the winner every week for the Train Sim World contest and Train Simulator Classic contest. And yeah, he picked me for week 16 back in 2023, and I thought that was really cool. So yeah, thank you very much. Actually, I've always been a big fan of Jamie's work, even before I won the contest and everything. You know, I used to watch his workshops and all that. And yeah, I miss those days. Where we had the workshop live streams. It was so cool. But yeah, we have some really cool live streams here. And yeah, we've only got a standard one this week for Midweek World of Trains. It's been a while since we've done a standard Midweek World of Trains. They've been pretty much all specials. So yeah, we're ready to go. Now I've got some of my lights on here tonight, and some of them are not. Just give me a second. I'm actually going to brighten this one up at the back here. I'm just going to turn on the lights tonight. There we go. I'm just going to turn them on tonight. I'm just going to take those the colours off. I've got the colours going on underneath the SP, but let's get it up and going. 2166 Washington. It's coming from Washington, DC, and heading to Boston South Station. In reality, that's where it's going. So it's going from south to north. Let's fire her up. Okay. Hopefully we should be right to go with this particular trip, folks. We might have an issue going into the thing, but I can tell you guys that we actually are using the reduced timetable here tonight. I'm going to tell you ATC and access I'm going to turn off. And I'm going to put cruise control on. Wish we could click that down, actually. That would be really cool. Anyway, we should be right on that side. Automatic on that. It is summertime. Proceed. Okay. It's been a while since I've been in this cab, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, I thought it was time to do something that was we haven't done for a while, so here we go. That's another thing we haven't done for a while too, the New Jersey Transit. I'm very disappointed about the New Jersey Transit. Actually, I thought when they got the license for... Why would you go to the trouble to have a New Jersey Transit license if you only got to do one thing with it? Like, I'm just very surprised we haven't got another New Jersey Transit release. And by the way, the cover photo tonight was taken from a fair while ago, actually. Many, many months ago. But I've decided to use that cover for tonight's stream. So we are rolling with the 2001. And here we go. Yeah, I don't use it too often as well. Crazy Aussie, welcome aboard, by the way. I thought it was about time to do something different. You know, again, like I said, I've been doing some different stuff. We're definitely going to be doing Palencia Corridor before the release of Train Sim World 6 as well, folks. We're going to do a Palencia Corridor special live stream, actually. I wasn't going to do a special live stream with, but yeah, we're going to do a 3-hour Peninsula Corridor special. So I do look forward to a Midweek World of Trains live stream leading. It'll be after the announcements and all the Dovetail Direct and everything. It'll be in September. So yeah, do look forward to that in September, folks. A final, it'll be the farewell to Peninsula Corridor special Midweek World of Trains. So do look forward to that. Let's get a nice photo, folks, shall we? You know, I'm going to be updating my intro. Maybe just one more before we go to Train Symbol 6. What do you reckon that side? There we go, rotation. Yeah, let's do that. Look at that. Yeah. Right. Yeah, so just bear with me tonight, folks. I'm sick as a dog. Coughing and tickle in my throat and starting to lose my voice. And got the Hydrolyte ready to go. Holly Trucker likes the Acela. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Acela. I hope we get another part of Northeast Corridor eventually, and we get the Liberty. To be honest, the brand new one. Now it's out. You know, we don't. Yeah, we can safely say that we won't get a prototype because the community was sort of worried that they were going to end up pulling the trigger on releasing a Liberty DLC, and it was going to be the prototype. A lot of people were scared it was going to be the prototype. Yeah, now we can safely say that doesn't look like it'll happen. So we'll get the legit one if it does happen. I'll be honest, I like to see something out of Washington. But with the US route this year for Train Symbol 6, yeah, I'm leaning towards what Richie Rayos was saying about the GTA 6 Fury being Train Symbol 6. GTA 6 is releasing next year. The Fury of the Miami, it's basically another straightforward. I can't say it's. It can be a speed track. Can be a racetrack, especially if we get the Brighton license, the Brightline license, and they get the high-speed training. Oh man, that'd be really cool to see. When I seen these suggestions and I seen the trains, I thought, yeah, that high-speed one's got me very interested. That'll definitely soften the blow for people that are fans of the baby bullet train for the Peninsula Corridor, like myself. We can always go back to Train Symbol, like the previous Train Symbol edition, if you want to play with the Peninsula Corridor. There might be people where, oh no, I don't want to move because you're taking away one of my favourite routes. Understandable, totally understandable. We all have our favourite routes and trains, don't we? And if you live in that particular area, then and you grew up with it or you're fond with it, you have great memories with it, and you love playing it. Like I said, you don't want to be moving to Train Symbol 6, do you? Or you might have enough power on your PC where you can keep both games. Who's trying to get it banned? It's not going to get banned. This is nothing new with GTA. There's been multiple issues over the years. Like we had in San Andreas, we had that rude scene in there, which got cut, and they ended up bringing out a cut version of it. But back in Vice City and all of them, back in those days, here in Australia, we weren't allowed to have R-rated games. But yeah, if you knew the right people, you used to be able to get them. So I can safely say with both San Andreas and Vice City, I had both R-rated versions. They were very good. That won't happen. Whoever's involved in that are a bunch of wankers. I'd like to send a big shout out to one of my subscribers, actually, that lives up in Queensland, the Brisbane region. Has been sending me some truck spotting videos for us to post up on our Don's Truck Spotting Australia. So you might have seen earlier today I posted up some new shorts, and one of them was from the Brisbane Valley Highway up there in Brisbane, in the Brisbane area. So yeah, very, very cool. We got more of the Brisbane Valley Highway trucks coming your way over the next few days. So do look forward to that. Yes, Don's Truck Spotting Australia, spanning across Australia. So if other people want to share their videos with me, the Godfather, through our Facebook page, and if you don't mind us sharing them, because I asked the fellow before I did it. I said, you don't mind if I share it up on the YouTube channel for one of the shorts. He said, yeah, go for it. Appreciate it. So I was very happy about that. I thought, oh, cool. It doesn't bother me if you don't want to. Like, if you just want to show me the videos and you don't want me sharing them, respect. I totally respect that. Some truck drivers, they don't want their trucks and that shown on videos as well. If they're in their trucks and I'm around, I always ask them before, So I respect it. Like I said, I grew up in that in the industry with my dad. Going around with my dad. So. Anyway, a couple of new mods on Train Sim World. I did re-download the 170 mod just in case it wasn't working the other night. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't really hear too much difference between the 170 on the Cross City mod, the sound mod, compared to the real one. I don't know. It just doesn't really sound any different, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys were hearing when the 24-hour clock was, when they did the 24-hour clock leading into the release of Train Sim World 3, folks. They were doing trains that were going past at certain parts in the 24-hour clock, and one of the sounds was actually this. Well, that was all pointing towards the Acela. So, yeah, that's a true fact. So they were giving clues to some of the things that are coming in that 12-month period in that 24-hour clock as well, folks. Even before they officially announced by Dovetail what routes and what trains and all this stuff. That was one period I loved. One of the best announcements leading into a new era of Train Sim World was the Train Sim World 3 announcement, the 24-hour clock. It was just gripping, you know, like the amount of people. I think it got around about 65,000 views eventually in the end. It was really, really cool. Yeah, I still think it's one of Dovetail's best announcements leading into release. G'day Cameron, how you going? Yeah, we'll be live on Sunday, mate. Hopefully, if I'm still here. I was very close to ending up in hospital earlier today. Actually, yeah, a couple of incidents happened with my head today. So, I've been getting a couple of sharp pains in my head when I've been trying to cough. So. Frame rate's pretty good. Frame rate should be good around this area anyway. We're not into the hardcore side of things yet on the Northeast Corridor. Don't forget we are heading northbound. This is northbound, folks. When you're heading towards Philadelphia, you're going southbound. And Washington. Actually got a photo from that particular position back in the Train Sim World 3 era, actually. I was actually part of our intro back in that era. There he is. There's Gerald. There's the fella that shared our truck spotting up there at the Brisbane Valley Highway. Yeah, I posted one of them. I'm going to get the rest of them out there over the next few days. I just like to spread things out a lot, especially when I'm not able to get out and truck spot. Oh, we're stopping at Metro Park. Ah. Okay. So that means we're going to be changing tracks. That's why we're slowing down. I might bring it down to 90. Just to be on the safe side. Sometimes it can take a little bit longer to come down when you're using a cruise control system. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, I hate being sick. I think we all do. It's not a nice time. Got the Hydrolite tonight, ready to try to boost me up. It's the second time I've had one today. Yeah, last time I was sick, actually, I think I had the COVID last time I was sick, actually. That was, yeah, last year. I'm pretty sure that's the last time I was sick. I'm not sure if I got COVID or not. I know it's not COVID this time because it's all the signs of a common cold. You know, the ears are popping, runny nose, sniffling, losing my voice. Sore throat, and now it's tickling. Yeah, it's the typical. Yeah, so sorry for asking you about those new ones you were going in, because I knew you were coming back, so I knew it wouldn't be the same sort of area, so that's why I thought you didn't have to pinpoint exactly, you just had to just tell me what the area was. But anyway, I appreciate it. I don't know what happened to my YouTube earlier today too. They said I had suspicious activity going on too when I started posting up stuff from the truck spotting up there too. I was like, what the hell? That's weird. But no, I sorted that out. Yeah, 45, that's what I thought. We're going to be cutting over to this track over here, because we're going to be stopping down here at Metro Park. Yeah, I was spewing that this hasn't been extended. Actually, I would love to see. Like I said, I think it's 25, 30. I think it's a little bit under 30 miles more to Philadelphia from Trenton, so it's not too much more. And then, you know why I would love to see it extended to Philly as well, because we could have the options. Then they could bring in some old school Pennsylvania stuff. There's a couple other Amtraks as well that they could bring in. Is it the AEM 8? I think it's one of them. It's very similar. It's in the Acela category. There we go. Attention customers, we're approaching Metro Park. Doors will be opening on the right side. Here we go, Metro Park. Got business class. Looks like a plane, doesn't it? It looks like it's on the side a little bit too. It does, eh? It looks like it's on the side. It's like, hey, what's going on here? Taking a sharp left. This is the business. This is the first class area, actually. First class. Business class. Business class. And business class. Only if you could open these up. Might get a surprise. Matt might be in there. Yeah, it's because this station's on a bend as well, and it's like sort of, you know, when you're going around a bend. This is a tilted mechanism train, so that's why it's doing that. Yes. Yes, copy, yes, okay. Yeah, Rugby League 26 got another update I noticed as well. I was watching Odd One earlier today to see what the patches were. Even though I could go to the X, big Ant at Twitter, X, and find out what the patch notes were. But I like watching Odd One, so I went and watched Odd One's State of Play 5 and see what was done in that. So yeah, they finally did the Playmaker. Thank bloody Christ. The Playmaker is finally at the back now, so you can kick the ball properly. Set up those field goals and stuff. So they still need to bring in an arrow for field goals, where the direction where the field goal will go. Though they need to do that. That still needs to come in. See, in the east coast of the USA, they like to drive on the actual road, but in the west coast, they like to drive hover over the top of it. Let's crank it up. Holly has just purchased the Peak Forest route in the Greatest Gathering. Oh, you got one of the bundles? Yeah, I noticed that there's a couple new bundles going on. Yeah, Peak Forest is really cool for putting the British Blue stuff on there. I think Peak Forest is one of the nicest routes, actually. It's so bloody nice. I don't put the Steam stuff on there. I like putting the modern stuff on there, like the Midland stuff. I've taken the 158 on there. I've done the HST on there. I've done the done some other British Blue stuff and all of that. Now the Class 87 and all that. See, naturally the 86s and 87s actually. Yeah, that might be something actually we can do on Peak Forest. Actually, is the 87 or 86? So I haven't done that yet, so yeah, if I can try to get a scenario or something for that, that'd be great. So I'll have a look. If not, I'll build something. I haven't built something for a while, actually, with Creators Club, actually, to do a custom scenario. So yeah, that might be actually something we could think of doing leading into Train Sim 6.2. Now we've got the time period. Now we don't have to worry about any DLCs or anything like that until the end of September. Obviously the pre-orders are going to start on Dovetail after Dovetail Direct, but I'll wake up the next morning and I'll just pre-order it the next day. Not too fussed about that, or I'll just pre-order it when I can, you know. I'm not too fussed about it. the Elizabeth bend coming up. That's why it's going down to 80. Yeah, because Newark Penn is coming up. Yep. Right. GTA got taken off store shelves. It's the first I've known that. I was at my JB Hi-Fi recently and there was GTA 5 still on the shelves. I haven't played GTA 5 in, oh god, a couple of years now. We're going to be approaching Elizabeth, aren't we? Yeah, we are. The reason why this went down to 80 miles per hour, folks, is in reality, when they were testing the Acela for this route, they were actually going around here at over 100 miles per hour, and it was actually a big accident on this corner in real life with the testing of the Acela. It was going over 100 miles per hour at the time, so they actually dropped the speed for this corner. True story. And there is a video out there that actually does show it, so on YouTube. So yeah, check it out. Acela crash at Elizabeth. That's Kayla's middle name, actually. Hello, Kayla. Actually, we spoke earlier tonight, actually. She's alright with me at the moment. She's right into these La Boo-Boos, I tell you. God. La Foo-Foos and La Boo-Boos. She's got a whole bunch of new ones she's showing me tonight. She was really excited about it. I'm like, okay. Anything to keep you happy, baby. I don't even know why I did that, because we're dropping down to 70. I'll put it down one more just in case. That extra one always comes in handy, especially when you're going downhill. Yeah, I noticed Matt would, or any of the team at Dovetail would take time off if they're sick and ill. Yeah, I've been like that, but I am sick and ill at the moment, but I'm not as hardcore as I was last year when I had the influenza. And man, I don't want to have that again. That was just hell on earth. When I was up this morning, actually, I actually felt like I wasn't even going to get up. I was just like, oh shit, I've got this bad bloody flu again. My dog kept coming in and out, bloody trying to get me up the bar. Bloody bitch she is. It's like, come on, wake up. Oh shit. Do you know we are playing on the reduced timetable on here? main reason I've done it like that is trying to soften the blow, especially going into Trenton. Not Trenton, bloody Pennsylvania station in New York. We're coming into Newark, where they had the the WWE over the weekend on here for SummerSlam. Oh, here comes the 64. Where they had Raw, actually, it's right over there. That big building over there. There it is, the big convention center. That's where they had the WWE recently on Raw after SummerSlam. Oh no, that was at Brooklyn, wasn't it? Was that SmackDown? I think that might have been SmackDown when they had it there. Yeah, it was SmackDown. Sorry, my apologies. It wasn't Raw. Raw was at Barclays in Brooklyn. There was SmackDown that was at Newark, eh? No, that was prior to SummerSlam. There it is there. Here we are at Newark Penn Station, or Newark, Pennsylvania Station. This is all part of the original Northeast Corridor. Was on Train Sim World 1 before we lost it, folks. And I did say to you guys, I still got my theories that Dovetail had an issue, they had a licensing issue with Amtrak at the time, and that was the real reason why they didn't bring it over to Train Sim World 2 and beyond. But they did say that it was built on an old system, but I don't understand how it can be built on an old system, but yet you've actually managed to get some of it back into this new version of the route. So that's why I still think to this day that there was a licensing issue, and that was the real reason, even though Dovetail hasn't said that. I just think that's the truth. And it wouldn't be the first time that Dovetail has lied about something. Like, we all know by now what they're like, and anyway, it is what it is. We're going to be here for a few minutes. Don't forget, folks, if you play on PC for Train Sim World, there is give me a second, folks. Got a bloody issue with my lights at the bottom here. Time to do that. later on. I just noticed it now. I knew I had time to do that. I had to get right under there. You're lucky I bought that blue tack. That's one of the reasons why I bought the blue tack, in case I did do this, because it's been doing it to the ones at the back there. They've been coming off. You clean it and everything, and it still does it. Alright, let's close those doors. That's your windows there. There you go. Is there a blind? Oh wow. Okay, I didn't actually notice that until now. Jesus Christ, after all this time. That's crazy. Live chat's gone quiet. Yeah, I noticed that GTS Freight Management, actually, they have a brand new design on some of their trucks and trailers. Normally you see them roll them down with the grey and purple and black curtain siders, but now they've got like a charcoal black curtain sider with grey. And they've just recently purchased a bunch of Mercedes-Benz Astros. But I seen a really nice, I think it was a T904. And the closest thing to the T904 we have for American truck is the 909 and the 908. So yeah, I ended up doing a skin today for GTS Freight Management. I've done this company in the past in my old gameplay that I've deleted now, but yeah, I have got the original skins still in packs. But yeah, I done a whole new one, and yeah, done some recording of it earlier today. I promise you guys, it will work this weekend, folks. The gameplay is, I'm not editing it. It's not going in the edit. It's straight uncut. So I've managed not to pause. Oh, I paused it once, I think, by accident. Yeah, so the track's down there. Going down that way, actually, that runs New Jersey Transit stuff. Runs down through that way. Yeah, it's just amazing how, like, they turned around and they said that they couldn't do this because it was on an old system, but yet they managed to get some of the parts back into the game. But has any of the scenery changed on him? No, it hasn't. The only thing it has changed is obviously the skybox, and it's looking more brighter than what it was, but back in the OG. No point going up to 90, folks, because it drops here before you go over the bridge again. There's a lot of water around here, folks. This is around New Jersey, so it's lots of water. If you got the derailing off in the settings, it does, but we've got derailing. There's no derailing. In real life, yes. We're not stopping here, no. Thank Christ, because I would have had to slam my brakes on. I'm thinking, no, we're not going to be stopping here because we're approaching Pennsylvania. We're approaching the Pennsylvania tunnels now. Very soon. Jesus Christ, mind the gap. Speed Oz. I'm going to bring it down to 50 actually, because going down these tunnels it's going to pick up a lot of speed, so we're going to probably use a bit of the brakes leading in. If I was using NZ, if I was using if I was using Access and ATC, I would have been definitely dropping lower. I'm not shy to use ATC and Access. It's, yeah, it's a pretty easy system to use. That I just choosing not to. I won't be derailing the train, mate. We're not like that, sorry. Free 3.2 miles to New York, Pennsylvania. It's down in the business district of New York. It's actually getting redeveloped in reality. So to you guys who have to be very cautious when we're coming down through here, especially with the gradients are not full hardcore, but it is proceed with caution. Shit, I feel like I sound like a bloody Naomi fucking saying that. $85 frames? Shit. Broken records. Nice, 80 frames per second. Very good. Breaking all records coming down here. That was Jenny Jane actually saying about the Amtrak high speeds can derail the train. Yeah, well, that's what I was saying earlier about when they were doing the testing with this with the Acela back in the days on the at Elizabeth. They had the derailment at Elizabeth there, and that's why they dropped the speed to 80 miles per hour. Yeah, I watched a full video of that on. I can't remember what the video was called, but yeah, I watched that a fair while ago now, around the release of this this route or this section of the Northeast Corridor. I don't know. They call them routes, folks, even though we all know that with the two West Coast Mainline DLCs we've got, they're sections of the West Coast Mainline. And it's the same here in Northeast Corridor. You know, we've got two sections of it currently. Is there a commuter route for the Acela going to the airport? We're just gone through Newark Airport, International Airport, prior to Newark Penn, Chris. So yeah, that's the yeah. There's airports along this route. That was the original terminating station of the original Northeast Corridor, because it used to go over on the opposite side of the Hells Gate Bridge. And as I said to you guys, the Hells Gate Bridge is actually the original Sydney Harbour Bridge. The Sydney Harbour Bridge wouldn't be the Sydney Harbour Bridge if it wasn't for the Hells Gate Bridge, because the person that designed the Hells Gate Bridge, we were looking for a design here in Australia back in the days when the Sydney Harbour Bridge was getting designed to get built. Okay, so there was a bunch of designs that were put against them, and they hated all of the designs. And then they seen the Hells Gate Bridge in New York, and straight away was like, yes, this has got to be it. So there was a handshake agreement, so much money was exchanged and all that, and that's what became the world's famous Sydney Harbour Bridge. It's based off the Hells Gate Bridge design in New York. So New York and Sydney actually have a quite unique bond in that sense. The big difference is obviously our Hells Gate Bridge has cars and trains, and the Hells Gate Bridge just has trains. I've told you guys about the story about the gold at the bottom of the river, the Hells Gate Bridge, because it's so the river there is just massively deep, and apparently there's treasure at the bottom of it, and people have died trying to get the treasure and all this stuff. It's a unique story. And yeah, the Hells Gate Bridge, if it wasn't for the Hells Gate Bridge, yeah, Sydney Harbour Bridge wouldn't be the Sydney Harbour Bridge, eh? It's just unique. The other big difference, obviously, also is that we blow the shit out of it every bloody New Year's Eve. And I noticed the Macy's 4th of July fireworks this year. They launched the fireworks off the Brooklyn Bridge. That's never been done out of all the years I've watched the Macy's 4th of July fireworks on YouTube. I've never seen any of the bridges in New York light up for it, so I'm pretty sure that was the first. That was really cool. That was really, really cool. So I keep saying to you guys that the Macy's 4th of July fireworks rivals Sydney Harbour's New Year's fireworks. That's how good it is. And I know, because I've been to multiple, like I've been over 20 plus New Year's fireworks on Sydney Harbour. I've been to the Olympics closing ceremony fireworks on the harbour. I've seen the bridge go off multiple times. Even back in the days when they had the big, massive 24-inch show on the harbour. That thing was absolutely off its brain. Right, here we are, Pennsylvania Station in New York. And I keep getting cut out on it, so I'm just going to leave it as is now. All right, our first trip is done and dusted, and no problems whatsoever. But it was the smaller timetable, so I thought I'd be safe after the crash we had to the desktop on Monday. And this is another route that has had issues crashing to the desktop. So, yeah, I thought I'd be safe. Oh, no, that better not be coming back. Don't you dare. Give me a second, folks. I got that damn issue that I had earlier where I had a massive sharp pain. Last time I ended up passing out on the floor when this happened. Just give me a second. Back in a second. All right. I should be right. Let's go. All right, so you're on Midweek World of Trains, episode 224. And don't forget there'll be a full replay today of our live stream if you can't join us for the full stream, or you just want to watch a little bit of it and you watch a little bit later on. All right. Let's now head to Germany. We're going to Frankfurt S-Bahn. And we're going to do the full banger on here. Full banger. Full banger, you know, full banger. Oh yeah. 43 action. And let's now head up on this one. Enjoy. Here we go. S-Bahn Frankfurt. One of my favorite routes. This was my highest wish list route on my wish list of routes for Train Sim World. Always wanted S-Bahn Frankfurt. There were so many different S-Bahn Frankfurts that could have been done. There was multiple ways of doing the S-Bahn Frankfurt. I'm glad they didn't go with the Train Sim Classic version of it because it gives it uniqueness and differentness and stuff like that. There is some sections of the S-Bahn of this Train Sim World version that is in Train Sim Classic. But technically, what we've been given also in this S-Bahn Frankfurt is the second part of the Lincoln Run Strucker route from Train Sim World 3, which was voted the #1 route in Train Sim World 3 era from us here at Australia Worldwide Entertainment. Don't forget, another friendly reminder, folks, the final Midweek World of Trains before the release of Train Sim World 6, we will be doing a top 5 countdown, bringing to you the 5 best route releases, in my opinion, in the Train Sim World 5 era. And that'll be happening a few days before the release of Train Sim World 6. We'll give you the official date after the date announcement for the release of Train Sim World 6, which we are thinking 23rd, 27th of September. Around then, it's the end of September. So, yeah. And obviously, there's that early access thing. If you get this edition, you get 4 days early, or it could be more this year. Who knows? It is rumored though the free starter pack is going to be longer this time around, though. So that's rumored, not official. And I've already said to you guys, I'll be very surprised if Great Western Remastered is not the UK route. If it's not, then I've said to you, North Wales coastline, hands down. Riverina, North, yeah. Elizabeth Line would be bloody, I'll be bouncing up and down in joy if it was. If it was Elizabeth Line, I'll be like, yes. Great Eastern Main, oh, yes. Liverpool Street to Ipswich, that'd be great. I think we're going to get a Dutch route. I don't know. I hope it is a Dutch route with the high-speed Dutch train and the Dossos, the two-stack, double-stack Dutch train. Beautiful, beautiful training. It's iconic, actually, Dutch rail. Yeah, if it's the Great Western, I really think we're going to maybe get something that they haven't given us in the details yet. Maybe they've gotten some licensing as well for some of those trains that didn't have branding on them. That might be a possibility. There's also... where the fuck are the passengers? Where are the passengers? Sorry folks for the swearing. Hey, YouTube has actually relaxed some of the swear words, but that doesn't give us the right to do it, obviously. So we'll try to keep it at a minimum, as always. I'm not going to be like... I am a big fan of Alan Thompson's simulations and Alan himself. I think he's an absolute legend. But yeah, I think with the previous stream, I think that was really, I really think that he should have probably toned it down a bit on the swearing side of things. I think the community that doesn't understand him and hasn't watched his streams or anything in the past, I think that a lot of the people that don't really follow it would probably... It'll come off in the wrong foot with those people. Where people like myself know what his character's like and all this stuff. You can't be such a little tutu princess online all the time, folks. Come on, seriously. Lovely doubly. No. I love this section of the route as well because you see Frankfurt in the distance there, and it sort of reminds me of actually going into my city here in Sydney. You see the city in the distance in some parts on the route, on the main drag going in, and I see this and I'm like, yeah. Just gives me that feel. Why did that happen? I must have clicked my mouse on the other screen just then, my apologies. God, I wish we could see the passengers actually on the train actually walk up into their seats and then get off their seats and go to the doors and, you know, like sim rail. That's why a lot of the community want to see a new passenger system, and I've been calling for it for so long. You know how much I hate the system. So, God knows if we get a new one, if it's going to be any better or if it's going to be any worse. God help us all. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what sort of features are this year, actually. Like, I really think that we should expand the guard mode and bring in a co-op mode where you can get another player on, and one could be the driver and one could be the guard. I like to see timetable planner. That'd be cool. Where we can build our own timetables, or build our own trips where we can actually sort of expand on free roam, but actually have the option where we can have the passengers go on at this station and go off at this station, and so on and so on. You know. So yeah, timetable planner. God knows that'll cause a mess, but it's not a bad idea. Oh, don't forget there'll be a whole bunch of new goodies or bugs coming your way for Train Sim World 6 launch too, folks. We all know, don't worry. It'll wind itself out in 11 months. Or 10 months, I should say. When was it? Yeah, well, it was, what, last month when we got the call. Yeah, 10 months later, we'll finally get the ironing. And then a couple weeks after that, we'll announce the new Train Sim World. That's not happening, eh? We're going to do the core features and clean up things finally after 10 months of you guys, like everyone just putting up with the pain. And then a couple weeks after that, we're going to announce the next Train Sim World, and then it's just going to take all those band-aids off and just go, why? Why do we even bother? All right, the underground station, the first of the Frankfurt Loop stations is next. Is the underground of the Hauptbahnhof station. Which is the main station of Frankfurt. I'm still spewing that didn't put the loop in, actually. I would have loved to have seen the whole loop. Get ready for the lag. All right, there we go with our S-Bahn Frankfurt BR423 Deutsche Bahn trip there. And gold medal in the end. Very nice. Okay. You're on Midweek World of Trains, episode 224, here on this 6th of August 2025. My name is the Aussie Don. G'day to you all. 2023 Train Sim World Loading Screen Contest winner. Week 16, Deutsche Bahn week. Right. Set on to the next route. And we're heading to the Dutch land of the Dutch, and the Dutch land of the Dutch. And we'll do another fantastic trip with this one. All right. 646. Bit of light cloud. Enjoy. You're on Midweek World of Trains. Here we go. Straightforward run on this one, 21 kilometers. Such a massive fan of this particular route. I seen that there was a Class 700 sound mod actually, not a sound mod, a Class 700 screen mod where it gives a CCTV on the size of the train for the Class 700, but I was reading the comments, and Molan, which a lot of people know that he's a modder for Train Sim World, and he knows his stuff and stuff. He's been around for a while, so he would know what he's talking about. He was saying that it causes a hell of a lot of lag. So when I seen that, I thought, nah, no way, I'm not going to grab it. So some mods can cause conflict. It's not worth it. Approaching Swole. Oh god, this one's been happening. I've been sneezing like crazy too. It's flu. Yeah. As soon as it goes, the yellow goes to underneath 6, that means it's 40. So you've got to be under the 40 kilometers per hour. As if you've got the safety system on, which I do. Here we are at a very big, it was a decent sized station. It's a big station. I definitely can say it's big. It's pretty cool. Up next to the 6. Nice. Alright. There we are. A nice little run on the Dutch route. Yeah, I'm hopeful for another Dutch route, and yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there is a Dutch route instead of a German route for Train Sim World 6 launch. The colouring of the train could also be a clue. Of the logo for Train Sim World could also be a clue. But yeah, that's just what they've chosen. Yeah. Anyway, that's a platinum. All right. We will head to another one here very shortly. I just got to go and use the restroom for a quick second. Don't go anywhere. And we'll return in around about 90 seconds or to 2 minutes. I'll be less than 2 minutes anyway, but I normally just cover my ass. So we'll be back very shortly for some more coverage of Midweek World of Trains as we're approaching towards our final trip for the evening. All right. Well, our final trip for the evening is going to be an absolute Dan doozy, ladies and gentlemen. It's one of my all-time favourite Train Sim World routes, and probably yours as well. We're going to be heading to the East Coast Way, ladies and gentlemen. And the East Coast Way is definitely in a need of a remaster, and absolute awesome route. Yeah. Okay. Let's get ourselves a standard timetable. Class 377. God, I've done so many of these trips. Let's now operate all stops service to Brighton. All right. Lewis to Brighton, I do believe. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, with a bit of old school and 11:22 a.m. service on the East Coast Way. It's our first UK trip for the evening. Can you believe it? We haven't done anything UK until now. That's a first. 2L25, Lewis to Brighton. Or Lees to Brighton. Tail lights off there on air conditioning. There we go. Air conditioning. Hey! DRA on. The DRA light doesn't work. I forgot about that. Pants. Goes up the Brighton main line up that way as well. And here we go. Falmar is the first stop, ladies and gentlemen. Falmar is the station for home to the Brighton Albion Hove, the Seagulls in the English Premier League. And we've got Malmescobe, London Road, and Brighton. Miles per hour now. It's got that 10 miles coming out of Liège there, and then got the 55 now. Falmar is just over 4 miles. Pacific National 94s. Okay. Are they a brand new loco, are they? Ah, the one, yeah, I did see that Pacific National did have some new ones that they were doing, yeah. Okay. And now out between Melbourne and Adelaide. Oh, yep, yep. Is that the same route that had the derail last year? The one that was coming over from Western Australia? It was in Victoria when that happened, the derailment. But yeah, that was coming from from Western Australia, that particular one. That's not the only one we've had. Bloody, you remember the one we had here? Was it June? We had a derailment up on the Northern Line, on the T9. Yeah, this was the route that actually saved my train sim world career, actually. Yeah, I got absolutely hooked on Train Sim World. I was playing the game here and there prior to me rebuying the game back in on PlayStation. When I was playing on PlayStation 4, I got bored with it and I stopped playing it, and then I repurchased it through the PlayStation Store just after Christmas in 2019, and I didn't get this route at first, but as soon as I bought this route, I was massively hooked. I'm like, this is the route that saved my Train Sim World career. Also saved Dovetails behind, I should say. This was an absolute gem. And Hemstruck Round Rule got released in 2020, and one hell of a route. Nah, not the Broken Hill one. Yeah, that was a couple of years ago. But now I'm talking about the one that was down at Victoria there, with all the containers and shit. That was just an absolute mess. Do today. normally have lemonade if I'm sick, but I don't know. I think it just gives you a split headache. Like I said, I'm sick and I feel bad, but I'm no way near the level I was last year when I had the influenza. That was I don't wish that upon anybody. That was just terrible. I was this close to going to hospital. If I didn't get the hydrolyte, oh my god, I would have been in bed for days. Still, hydrolyte, yeah, within 24 hours. Oh. I thought I'll get the hydrolyte into me this time around. Late last night I was searching for it because I know my dad has it from time to time, and I was like, I went into the room and he was already asleep, and I'm like, we got any more hydrolyte? He's like, no. I'm like, no. It's still on back there. I wanted it last night badly, so I said, oh, can you get something in the morning, please? He only bought a small one though, so I gotta get some more again. By me, ma'am, I just had to get through there and just squeeze myself through, and yep, I'm through. I'm in the train now. You'll see that, eh? This lady just here. Full standing there. It must be a rack. A rack was in the way. Hang on. Oh, no. She's struggling too. What happened, Bluey? There's the community stadium up there. I'm not sure if it's American Express still, but the community stadium up there. The Seagulls. Not sure how they went the last EPL season, but I know they've had some decent seasons in the last decade. That Joe DeBrichet said that's his team. He supports them. We all got to support a team. I'm a Manchester United suffering supporter, unfortunately. But I keep telling you guys, ever since Sir Alex Ferguson, I knew this would happen anyway. As soon as Sir Alex was going to retire, the dynasty was over. The United was going to crumble to what it is now, and you got owners that don't know shit from shit. Now they want to build a circus tent. Jesus Christ. I hate to say it, folks, but I don't like the design. I just don't like the design for the United Stadium. It looks not like, don't get me wrong, it's unique in that, but I just don't like the design. Like putting a German-style tower over the top of it, though, as well, is like, I don't know. It just reminds me of something that you would see in the Middle East, in United Emirates or something like that. Saudi Arabia, United Emirates, Dubai. Like it's just one of those styles of stadiums for the Middle East. I just, to be in England, I don't know. I just don't like the design. I hope they actually have second thoughts of the design. Pardon me. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Hopefully by Monday when we're... Oh, shit. I'm going to fly through here. Hopefully on Monday when we're live, I'll be fine. But we're live on Sunday too for American Truck Simulator. Don't forget that. But hopefully Sunday I'll be fine. But knowing my luck, it normally takes me a couple of weeks to get better. I know I'll be better by the time the Dovetail Direct's on. So I'll be, I know it's on. It's going to be on late and stuff here in Australia, the Dovetail Direct and all this stuff. But I'm really considering going live, just to. I'm really considering going live just after it. I said this last year too. We definitely will be live the night after it, so we can talk, about the highlights and my thoughts and all this stuff and what I'm looking forward to the most. And I said to you, the Great Western Railway remastered's the most definite going to be happening. So I can probably say to you now, that one, I've been very excited for months and months and months for the remaster of the Great Western Rail Express route. It's the first ever DLC in Train Sim World history. It's the first ever UK route in Train Sim World history. It's the first ever high-speed train to be in Train Sim World, was the HST. So it's the first high-speed route in Train Sim World history, you could technically say. It was, a lot of firsts. It was really, really cool. It's always been a route that I've enjoyed, and I've always wanted the remaster, but I've also wanted it to go to Heathrow Airport as well. So I'll be very disappointed if they haven't pulled the trigger on getting Heathrow Airport into there. It could be a surprise that Heathrow Airport could be added. Licensing and everything, they got the Airbus license and everything, and maybe they've come up with an agreement with Heathrow to actually get the licensing for their trains and all that. Who knows? Like, watch that space. So I really think that more meets to the eye that we've already seen in the preview shots and that. And it has been a while since we've gotten information, and we were in the same boat last year with San Bernardino line. So I'm going off that theory too. And I don't know if you guys watch Richie Rails as well, and he's looking at it in the same way as I am, where it's been a while since we've gotten any information, and we're going off the theory of San Bernardino line. It's happening this year for this, even though that this is a remaster. But this is also not the first time we've had a route that's been released in the past get added again and done up in some sort of fashion, like either it being an extension or enhanced, which the Southeastern High Speed was that. It was extended, but it was also enhanced. So it was an enhancement to the original route, and that's exactly what we're getting again. So it'll be the first time since Train Sim World 3 that we've had this happen. So we've got to have every 3 editions of the game this happen? What I mean? So you could say that. Miami theory is massive. Dutch theory is massive. I said to you guys, Stuttgart is a possibility. Excuse me for that. Stuttgart is a definite possibility. All the signs have been pointing to Stuttgart. Lucas and that have been talking about it from time to time throughout the streams over the last 12 months on the German streams. We had the BR 194 release earlier over the last few months, and it's got Stuttgart on the side of the train, so that's another sign. This is what I call Easter eggs. I call these Easter eggs. So you can take it as a grain of salt, or you can take it as, you could be on the right path there, Aussie. I don't work for Dovetail in any shape or form. I'm just going on theories and stuff. So yeah. Watch the space. We might not even get a US route this year. Who knows? We might not get a US route, and we might get a German and a Dutch route, and the UK route. We might just get the European, like just that. That wouldn't surprise me at all, because the lack of US content we've had in Train Sim World, especially over the last couple editions, has been pretty terrible, hasn't it? We haven't had really too much US content, have we? Which I think it sucks, but like I've got my certain content I like from the US, and I know a lot of it I don't. Not a fan of the LA routes, unfortunately. I'm just not a fan of them. Northeast Corridor, yes. Yeah, I love both sections. Boston more so. The Boston route itself, that's cool as well. Right, so we are at our final destination. We're 2 hours down. And I've been absolutely bamboozled into here again. All right, there'll be a full replay of today's Midweek World of Trains episode 224. It's on our past live streams Train Sim World playlist. And yeah, check it out if you haven't watched it all. All right, so we went to Northeast Corridor, New York, Trenton first up, from Trenton to New York with the Acela. And that's the cover photo. And we took the 2001 edition of the Acela. So that was the number on the side of it. All right. Then we went to the S-Bahn Frankfurt, then we went to the Dutch route, and then we went to the East Coast way. So a couple of nice runs here today. It's been an absolute honour bringing you Midweek World of Trains. We've been playing Train Sim World 5 on PC Steam with DX12, custom engine settings, and Nivea control panel settings. Thank you very much for watching. I come from a land down under. If you hear the thunder, you better run. You better take cover. Thanks for watching. We'll be live with our next Train Sim World live stream on Monday on All Aboard Live, episode 139. And we will be live next on Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, with Sunday Night Lighting the Highways with American Truck Simulator. And I'll be rolling with my latest truck and trailer combination with Port Lincoln Transport out of, we're going to be rolling with Port Lincoln Company, Dennis Transport out of Port Lincoln. So do join us for that one. And we'll be live with American Truck Simulator on Sunday from 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. That's New South Wales, ACT, Victoria, Tasmania, and Queensland. 7:30 p.m. South Australia, Northern Territory. 6 p.m. Western Australia. 11 a.m. UK, 12 p.m. Central Europe. 6 a.m. Eastern States of USA. 5 a.m. Texas. 4 a.m. Mexico City. And 3 a.m. West Coast USA. 3 a.m. British Columbia, Canada. And 6 a.m. Toronto, Canada. And the same times I gave you just then, also for Monday's Train Sim World live stream. We'll see you out and about next time. Don't forget, tomorrow, here on our YouTube channel, 50 minutes before the official kickoff of the start of round 23 of the NRL Telstra Premiership in the Rugby League, we are going to be bringing to you the first, we're going to be doing a couple of the games, not all the games this weekend, but we're going to be doing some round 23 Rugby League action on Rugby League 26. And tomorrow, we have for you the mighty Brisbane Broncos taking on the Melbourne Storm from Amy Park in Melbourne. And yes, I play as my team, the Broncos, of course. And we've got other action this weekend. Of course, the big battle between the Dragons and Cronulla is also going to be on our channel. That'll happen. And all the games will be premiered on the channel just before the official kickoffs of each of the games. So we're going to be doing some of the gameplay. American Truck Simulator uploaded videos will be also over the weekend. And maybe, if I get some time, some Train Sim World content as well. So do look out for them. And I promise you, this time around, there won't be any green screen issues. We'll see you on Sunday live. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Just before we go as well, just to let you guys know that the live streams will be posted up closer to the